Thank you for visiting West Coast Auto Enthusiast. Today we're featuring a 2019 Audi S5. This is a prestige package car. It's got 71,000 miles on it. We can finance it through Cuddle. I can put an extended warranty on it, and we welcome trades. It does show minor damage on the Carfax. He actually had a family member back into him. It was cosmetic stuff and minor, but he did have it repaired. So that shows up. We like the car for the build. It's been tastefully modified. It's got an RS front grille. It's got an RS rear bumper. It's got a tune on it. It's got aftermarket pipes, exhaust, air intake, and an IE stage 2 tune. It's got H&R springs, so it's dropped, I think, an eighth. That's just over half an inch, so clearly sits different. Navarro blue paint is the color. That's an upgraded paint. So the MSRP on this car was $68,000. That's 14 grand in optional equipment, which is a really nice build. If you're not familiar with S5s, one of the reasons we like the Audis is because they're understated. This silver mirror cap is an indication you have a performance version of their product as compared to an A5, just a standard coupe, because the rest of these would look very similar if you put them next to each other, with the exception of the wheels. There's clearly going to be a wheel size and a wheel design difference between an A and an S5, but the rest of it is, you have to know what you're looking for, and we like that. Just they're understated. You can tell also this is owned by a enthusiast because of the license plate. V6T would be for V6 turbo. Cosmetically super clean. We sold him an M340 XI, a 2020 that had been modified. Very similar modifications as far as not the components, but well, the components, but the company and the application was a little bit different. But downpipes, tune, exhaust. So you can see the paint's in really good shape. You can see the front camera there. You have heads-up display, which is nice. Tinted windows, panoramic roof. So you have Audi rings, which is kind of cool. You have illuminated door sill. There's your trim. So carbon fiber interior trim. You have Alcantara inserts. You have B&O sound. Alcantara inserts on the seat, which is really nice. That's a very subtle thing, but it makes a huge difference when you're driving in that provides grip, and so there's no sliding around or moving, which I don't even know that you would notice that you're moving in an all leather seat, but you notice that you don't when you have an Alcantara insert. So we like that. Have always liked the Alcantara inserts. We have seen a lot of that on Porsche products. So I have one master key and I've got a set of books. Let me start it real quick. So there's your build as far as the Monroney label goes. So the upgraded stuff is going to be the Prestige package, driver's assistance. You've got paint, S-Sport, dynamic steering, and then you've got upgraded wheels. You have a heated steering wheel, the carbon fiber inlays, the Audi rings. Really nice for a $68,000 build. And then modifications, just because I can never remember it. So it's an intake. It's a high flow cat with the downpipe. Middle resonator delete, and then you have a stage 2 tune. Really nicely done. It was done by a gentleman that knows a bunch about cars and has been modifying them for a while, which is the case with a lot of our customers. They've definitely got a lot of knowledge about what they're doing, probably more so than even I do. You can see ambient lighting, which is a really nice touch on this. Panoramic roof. You can see the dash is clean. So Audi Drive Select, which is, if you're familiar with Audis, that's what it looks like, of course. You have an S steering wheel over here, so heated steering wheel, voice activation, navigation control, volume control. You have a paddle shifter on the right. You have which is an upshift. The downshift is on the left. This is your view on your display, which you can change, modify, set up to however you want it to view individually, or use a factory setting. And then your ability to scroll through that stuff. Over here is cruise control, your signal indicator, lights, memory seats, power folding windows, blind spot. If you're not familiar with blind spot, anywhere you see this is an LED or a light indicator for Audi, Porsche, or Volkswagen products, and that means you've got blind spot on your car probably. Electronic parking brake, your transmission, your media interface, Auto start, stop, delete, traction control, delete, drive select, which is your ability. You can program this individually, or you can use a pre-programmed setting. Dual auto climate control, dual heated seats, and then this. So I'll go through real quick. So you have a surround view camera and a backup camera, and then you can change the view by spinning that around and then selecting it, which is nice. It's really helpful. Most people just use it for parking, and it is handy. As far as the other stuff goes, so radio, you have satellite radio. You also have on this the ability to store music or sound. And I believe on this also you'll have to, I'm not as familiar with this product, so navigation, of course, Bluetooth. I also believe that on this you're going to have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is now becoming, it used to be not as common, now it is much more common. And then you have just your general menu. I'll go through that real quick. So this is not changed, or if it's some version that's previously been in vehicle, so it's fairly familiar. So vehicle settings, time, heads up, exterior, interior lighting, driver's assistance is your safety stuff, parking aid, heads up display, adaptive cruise, air conditioning, service and checks, everything is current on this car. Owner's manual, which is nice. I have a digital owner's manual now. It's interesting. So I've got to put that in there, I guess, on the SD card, which I can do. That's easy. What else? 71,744 miles. Everything else is pretty straightforward. You have home link, so 3 buttons up here, programmable for security gates and garage door openers. Can't really think of anything else. Super clean car. We're a big fan of these. They drive great. Audi makes, clearly, in our opinion, probably the best all-wheel drive system. BMW isn't bad, and Porsche's, I guess, probably similar to Audi, but Audi has definitely figured it out. So in the Pacific Northwest, we really like their products, especially in the performance line. It just kind of makes things, or put things a little bit, it's a little more controlled and managed, I would say. So anyways, really nice car. If you have questions or would like additional information, please feel free to contact us, and we can be reached at 503-227-2354. And thank you for visiting the West Coast Auto Enthusiast.